Hey guys, today we are reviewing the game The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1. This is actually a game that was released into 3 chapters, so this is the review of the first chapter. Trails in the Sky was first released by Nihon Falcom in 2004 in Japan only for computer devices. It's only later in 2011 that the game made its first appearance in Europe and America on the PlayStation Portable (PSP), and later on in 2014 it was brought to Steam on PC. So I am reviewing the Steam version of this game. On Steam, the first chapter came out in 2014, the second chapter in 2016, and the third chapter is expected to come out this year. So don't worry, there is no major spoilers in this review, so you can just sit back and enjoy the review. In Legend of Hero Trails in the Sky, we actually follow Estelle and her adopted brother Joshua. They are both bracers in training. In the game, bracers are some kind of militia that help protect people and villages parallel to the army. And someday there is a missing airliner, and their father, who is also a bracer, a senior bracer, some kind of elite, was in this ship, but they find it strange that he would have just disappeared with the airship. So as bracers, Estelle and Joshua will investigate the disappearance of this airliner, and then they get caught up in some kind of conspiration regarding the queen of the Imperials. So this is basically what the story is about in the first few hours of the game. I don't want to tell you anymore because it would probably ruin your experience. About the gameplay. The gameplay itself is quite simple. You move your characters using the keyboard, or you can use, like I do, an Xbox 360 controllers with Steam. And yeah, there are shops everywhere. You can buy and sell items. You can equip armors and weapons. Each character have their unique weapons. And yeah, you can also take quests at the Bracers Guild to earn money, because money is kind of rare in this game. The magic system is quite interesting. It's a little bit like a crafting system. What happens is when you fight enemies, you earn shards of what they call sepet, which is some kind of magic stone. And then when you visit shops, if you have enough shards, you can craft orbs sepet from the element of your shards. There are 6 elements: fire, water, thunder, etc. And actually, you can equip up to 6 different orbs. And how it works is that you also unlock the slots on your weapons to add orbs. So you start with only 1, but then as you progress, you can unlock these 6 slots and add more orbs. And when you combine them, you can actually get more powerful magics. A book is given to you at the beginning of the game to explain you what you have to do exactly to earn all of those magics. So just for example, water magic will give you the ability heal, but if you combine 3 different water magics, they can be of any kind, 3 different water orbs, You will have heal, aqua jet, and heal 2 that would give you more health as you use it. When you're out in the field, you can see your enemies approaching, so you can actually decide whether or not to engage them. If you arrive from behind, it will be a preemptive strike in the combat, but sometimes, even if you try to avoid the enemies, they will themselves pursue you in order to engage the fight, and this can lead to a surprise attack, so you are at a disadvantage, and then you lose some turns. The enemy will attack first. As for the combat system itself, it is a turn-based combat system, and all depending on your speed and agility, you will attack more or less during the fight. But you can also see whose turn it will be in the top left corner of the screen, if I remember right. So this allows you to carefully plan your strategy. It's a little bit the same system we saw in Final Fantasy X, that you can see whose turn is gonna come. Of course, when you use magic, there is a casting time, so you will actually lose a turn, and at your next turn you will use that magic, but you will have to wait. But magic being more powerful than physical attack, sometimes it is worth it, sometimes it is not. It's up to you to see what you want to do. As the turn progresses, there are some bonus awarded at some turns, and you can see them on the little scroll telling you whose turn it is. So for example, you can see that, oh, this enemy at his next turn will have 10% more strength, or will have a critical hit allowed to him. And if you can kill him before he uses it, before it's his turn, the advantage get delayed to the one at the next turn. So if, for example, the enemy can use a critical attack, and after it's my turn, then if I kill the enemy, instead it will be at my turn that I will have this critical hit bonus. Also, each character has some kind of limit break. There is this bar that will fill over time as you attack or use magic, or as you get attacked too. When the bar is full, you can use some kind of limit break or overdrive, a very, very powerful attack that will be available right now, not at your next turn, not at the turn of the character. If you want to use your overdrive, you can use it anytime. You just have to select the character. So for example, if you have a party of 3 characters and they both have their limit break gauge full, and you see that the enemies are gonna attack like 3 turns in a row, you can simply select all your characters one by one and tell them to use their limit breaks, and their turns will come before the enemies. So this is a great way to preemptively kill the enemies before they attack you. But of course, when you use it, your bar depletes, and then you have to recharge it to reuse your overdrive or limit break. This bar also serves as some kind of ability point bar. What I mean is, if you want to use specific abilities of your characters, you use those points from the bar that you accumulated. So if you barely got your limit break and you use an ability that will use maybe 20 points, you could lose your limit break and have to replete those few points you lost while using your ability. Once again, sometimes it is worth it if you have an ability like, I don't know, double attack, and you know that this will kill the enemy. Well, it's worth using it instead of wasting a complete overdrive on that enemy. After each fight, you, like I said before, you earned shards of sepit that can be crafted into magic orbs. Depending on the enemies, it will not be the same shards. By the way, these shards can also be sold at shops to earn money. And as you beat enemies, you gain experience, you level up. And the level up system is a little bit strange, but we've seen it before in other games. What I mean is, you level up and yeah, you need more experience to level up again, but also the same enemies will give you less experience, unlike what we would see in Final Fantasy, for example. So if one enemy give me 25 experience and I level up, this same enemy, instead of still giving me 25, will give me maybe 12. So I need to really beat the hell out of them if I just want to grind. But also it prevents us from just grinding, and this is good because it just shows that this game doesn't really need grinding. At least where I'm at now, I didn't complete it yet. It's a 40 hours and more game. I played 20 hours and I still didn't have to do any grinding of any kind. So that's pretty good. It's not hard, but you need strategy in your fights to make sure you don't get caught in a bad spot. Now let's also talk about the music just a little bit. The music in this game is really nice. It really have this feel of a Japanese RPG. You know, like the music is part of the game. The music is almost a character. Actually, there are 3 composers for The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky: Hayato Sonoda, Wataru Ishibashi, and Takahide Murayama. They made a great job. I really like the soundtrack, and I will probably buy it, or at least find a way to get it on my MP3 device after I've completed the game. There are some negative points to this game. Not a lot, but enough to make you angry sometimes. First is the character of Estelle, the main character. Sometimes she really is quite tomboyish and childish, really immature, and sometimes it can get on your nerves. Of course, she is 16 years old, she doesn't know anything about the world, but the way she acts sometimes is just a little bit, not boring, but it gets on your nerve. As opposed to Joshua, her adopted brother, who seems to have really a huge past, and we don't know it right from the start. It will be told to us, at least I think, because I still don't know about his past. And yeah, he is an intriguing character. Also, like I said, the level up system, I personally don't like that the enemies give you less experience as you level up, but that's my personal opinion. And also, it's an old game, so there are no auto-saving points. You have to save your game every time that you think of it, and don't forget, because you will lose hours of progression. It can be really, really, really frustrating. I often forget to save my game. Luckily, I never lost any progress, but sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in a boss fight and I forgot to save my game for the last 3 hours. If I lose, I'm gonna be hell mad. Also, the fact that money is kind of rare in this game, that you have to sell your shards that you earn in fights to earn more money. Sometimes it just, you're scared of selling them because you're never sure if you will need more of them in the future to craft orbs. And then if you sell too much, then you cannot craft your magic. And if you cannot craft your magic, then you are less powerful, and so on. But overall, you know, these are not big bummers. I didn't encounter any major problem with these negative points. I really enjoyed the game. Overall, I give this game a 9 out of 10. It is a really good game. When I finish the first chapter, I will buy the second chapter for sure, and will be awaiting the third one impatiently. The game itself is quite cheap. If you go on Steam, it's $20 or so. In Canadian, I paid 21. I don't know how much it is in US, euros, or pounds. The second chapter is, I believe, $35 since it's more recent. But I really recommend this game, and I hope I also gave you the flame so that you want to play it. Thank you for watching this review. Please subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. You can make donations on PayPal and Patreon in order to encourage me to keep doing more reviews. You know, these games ain't all cheap, and I'm just beginning. I need help. Please give me a hand. Also, don't miss the show from the couch every Thursday afternoon, 16 Eastern Time, 21 UTC. It's a show where me and my tech uncle, we chat about the highlights in the geek world of the week. We discuss together, we discuss with you. It is a live show, so you can interact with us, ask questions, and we will answer. So don't miss it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. See you next time.